Welcome back, everybody, and today we're going to make one of our favorites, a keto cheesecake, and I'm going to show you the ingredients. We're going to mix it up a little bit on how we flavor it, and then we'll take you through the cooking process, tell you how many minutes and what we do to make one of the best tasting keto desserts that are out there. So the biggest single ingredient, we're going to use 4 packs of cream cheese, a cup of sour cream, so really get that tartness in there. We're going to use some honey as our sweetener. We have local Florida honey here. Vanilla, always good vanilla. And then 4 eggs. We like to bring our eggs up to room temperature before we use them to cook this with. And today we're going to use a skinny syrup, 0 calorie, 0 sugar caramel pecan. I think the last time we showed you this, we used a pumpkin spice. To complement our caramel pecan, we're going to add some ground cinnamon. I really like to top mine with, after it's baked, when it's being served, is a little bit of whipped cinnamon honey, which we found when we were in St. Augustine, Florida a few months ago. So I like to drizzle that over the top of mine, and it just makes it absolutely to die for. And again, there's no crust, so we're not going to show you that. We're going to use our pie dish. We're going to line it with some parchment paper. And to cook this, we are going to bake 315 with a water bath underneath it for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then after that 1 hour and 15 minutes, we turn the oven off, let it rest, slowly cool down for 3 hours. Now we will take the water bath out during those 3 hours, so after we turn the oven off, remove the water bath and then let it sit for 3 hours. We will take it out. We will remove the spring form part of our spring form pan, and we will place it in the refrigerator to continue to solidify, to thicken up for 8 hours minimum. We like to, if we can help ourselves, we like to let it set at least overnight and eat it the next day. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's go through all of our ingredients, show you how we mix it up. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and turn our oven on. We said we were going to bake, and we are going to do that at 315. And so as we start that, we are going to fill our water bath, go ahead and stick it in, and then we'll mix our ingredients up together and go from there. Since I only have one set of hands, I'm not going to show you how I put that water bath in. I use both hands to do that, but we're going to let that come up to almost boiling temperature while we mix our ingredients up. And again, we want enough time for our cream cheese to come up to room temperature and our eggs to come up to room temperature. So I have left these out since this morning. It's middle of the day right now. So this is room temp. My eggs are completely room temperature as well. Okay, so I've opened all 4 packs of my cream cheese because I usually have to wash my hands, and again, I didn't want to have to stop one more time. Typically, I'll put 2 in the mixing bowl and mix those up on medium speed, just to kind of whip them together, because putting in all 4 is going to be a little bit of a challenge, even at room temperature. And that's good enough to move on for right now. So again, the other 2 will go in. We'll do that one more time. And we'll really see this start to smooth out as we add our eggs. So right now we're just trying to blend all 4 blocks of cream cheese. And again, that's good enough for right now. 1 egg at a time. That's the key here. We're going to add 1 egg, blend it, and then add 1 egg, blend it until we have all 4 of them incorporated into our mixture. So take your time on this. Don't turn the speed up too much. Of course, you're going to make a mess if you do that. And again, I usually, because you also don't want to over whip this, I usually allow the yellow part of the yolk to begin to blend into the color of the cream cheese to know that I've probably done this enough and it's ready to add the next egg. I'll usually take a spatula after the second egg. There's our temperature. I'll usually add our second egg before I get my spatula and kind of come down the sides in the mixing bowl here. And again, being at room temperature makes everything so much easier along with the mixing. You can really start to see that whip. Yeah, I'm good there. A third egg. Each time a little bit easier. Didn't even need the spatula after the second egg. But I will scrape it down before we move on to our other ingredients in just a moment. Last egg. This is really going to help rise. And cooking it at that low temperature with the water bath really allows it to look like that authentic New York style cheesecake. And the 8 hours in the fridge allows it to set up where we don't have anything unstable when we try to cut it because it doesn't have crust on it. So there's our 4 eggs. I'm going to grab my spatula. And next we'll start adding in our honey. Put this down. A little bit of a scrape. Honey calls for 1/3 of a cup. We love using honey as a sweetener. Again, as an animal product, we really try to make honey central in our diet. This one's local. I specifically asked for this blend because of my allergies. We really enjoy the Florida honey. Okay, so again, we will give this a nice little mix. Don't have to overbeat it. Everything's on medium here. I will also taste this after I do my first run through with ingredients to see, does it need more honey, does it need more vanilla, maybe a little bit more of the 0 sugar, we're not sure yet. Okay, so that honey's really going to start to thin the batter out, but we're going to add in our sour cream and it'll thicken right back up again. So a cup of sour cream, I'm going to eyeball this. Julie really likes hers almost on the end of sour, so she really enjoys the sour cream taste of a homemade cream cheese. So she never complains if I were to be heavy-handed here, and that has just went everywhere. But that's part of the fun. So we'll use this as our first round. Let's see what we get. I think that's good. Beaters are coming out really clean. Next, we're going to use our 0-calorie sweetener. I'm going to do about 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to be a little heavy-handed with the cinnamon here. We're going to do a full tablespoon. We also use pumpkin pie spice occasionally. We're going to give that a quick mix before we add, I forgot about the very last thing. Let's see what this is going to taste like. Okay. Let's give it a go. Let's call Julie in here to see. Julie! Yeah? Come here. So this time I used our caramel pecan and cinnamon. I want you to taste that and see what you think.
A spoon I can use? Can I use this?
Yeah, you can use that for sure.
You used our new sugar-free sweetener?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's really good. Oh, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, the cinnamon comes through.
Really, really good.
Yeah. Okay, good.
100% approve of that.
I'm going to get our springform pan out. We're going to butter that. We're going to get back with you on our springform pan. We're going to line it with parchment, but before we do that, we will run some butter around the inside of it so we get some good adhesive structure to the parchment paper. I'll be back to show you how to pour it in there and get it in the oven. Okay, so we're back. Here is our parchment paper in our springform pan. This guy is ready to go in. Straight in. It's a lot of mixture, but it shouldn't overflow. Don't be worried if you look at about an hour and it looks like it's getting ready to topple over into the water bath. It will come back down before the hour and 15 is up. And that's all there is to it. And like I said, after the hour and 15, turn off the oven, get your water bath out, but allow this to come back up for 3 hours to room temperature, and then we'll remove the springform after we get it out of the oven. We'll go into the fridge for a minimum of 8 hours. The longer you allow it to sit in the fridge, the more intense the flavors that we've flavored this cheesecake with will get. And then like we said, we'll cut it with no crust, parchment paper. It's going to be easy to take it out there. Serve it chilled. Okay guys, if you have any questions, let us know. Tell us what you're flavoring it with. This is such an easy base. You can mix and match with literally anything, whether you use sugar or you don't. We've never used fruit before, but I'm certain that you can. So yeah, let us know how you switch it up. We'll show you the finished product when it comes out of the oven. Okay, it has been 3 hours. Look at that.
Wow.
Okay, so it's still warm, even though it's, been out of the heat now for 3 hours. So we're gonna go ahead, take the springform off. And we're going right into the fridge because it needs to set up. We're going to leave the bottom metal piece on, right into the fridge, 8 hours. It smells really good.
Overnight. It'll be overnight. We're eating this tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, sorry, but at least 8
At least 8 hours, but for tonight. We're just going to put it in for
That
overnight.
one turned out really
That
nice.
is beautiful, and it
Yeah.
smells so good.
I know.
And I can tell the consistency is going to be great.
Okay, it is the next day. This has set up. Look at that.
Oh, that's a good consistency.
That looks great. It smells great. I'm going to show you how we're going to depot this. So the first thing we're going to do is to pull that parchment away. And remember, we're using that because we don't have a crust. We didn't want our spring form to get completely nasty. And let's be honest, it's just Julie and I eating this, so the sides of it doesn't matter. We're not going to sell this to anybody. You want to try a little piece there? I'm going to show you, first thing we're going to do is kind of slide up underneath. Come on, there we go. Get our base away. And we're going to flip it. Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
See how clean this comes away.
Ta-da!
Amazing. And then last, we're going to do it one more time because Julie and I will cut it. We'll cut it on the plate. Hey there.
I like that it doesn't have a crust because I don't usually care for the crust on cheesecake or graham crackers or whatever it is that people tend to put on their cheesecake. I actually prefer all cheese, all cake, no crust.
I will say this to me, and Julie knows cheesecake is not my absolute favorite, but I do enjoy how we make ours here at home because we can kind of, like we said, we can put in our sugar-free, we can add cinnamon, we can add pumpkin pie, other things, right? What I can tell you is this is, and you can agree with me or not, a lot denser and less fluffy, might be the right word. But you can totally see you've got the thickness that you would have with a New York style cheesecake.
Yep.
But when we cut into this, it will be, what would you say, a lot softer, I think, than what you would buy in the store. But you still have, I mean, I'm touching it. I mean, it's solid. But that is why we have to keep it in the fridge for the 8 hours, minimum.
We will show you when we take
it. I think we're going to enjoy this one.
This one looks like it's going to be really good.
I know.
We got the consistency down pat.
And I'm going to show you what I'm going to top mine with. I talked about the whipped honey yesterday that we got. So when we serve it, I'll show you how I top that.
All right, here it is. This cheesecake has been sitting in the fridge. I definitely recommend serving it cold because the consistency will be the best. My hands are clean, but we don't have a pie scoop. I'm gonna have to use a knife. I just wanted to kind of show what the consistency tends to be like. It's firm, which I like in a cheesecake. And then I'm gonna cut a slice about like that. Sorry, I made a bit of a mess. We need a pie scoop, don't we? And there you go. That's the consistency of it. It's absolutely delicious. I eat mine plain, just like this, so what it has in it is the honey and the seasonings that Michael makes it with. But he goes a little above and beyond and adds something like this. We bought this in St. Augustine from an apiary that was selling raw honey up there, and this one has a cinnamon flavor to it. Just kind of kicks the cheesecake up a notch. So
I'll put about a tablespoon, just drizzle it over top. And like Julie said, just add a little bit more flavor to mine.
This is one of our favorite desserts. We make it probably at least once a month. We absolutely love it. Sometimes I even cut off a nice big slice and call it a meal.
Yeah, Julie will eat this for dinner sometimes. I love this cheesecake.
And I have been making it now for so long that I've kind of gotten acclimated to it. It's sweet, but not super sugary if you're used to a super sugary cheesecake. And once you get acclimated to this, I am not kidding when I tell you I would much rather have cheesecake that tastes like this than what I call the Junior's cheesecake or the real sweet cheesecakes like you buy in the store. Having 0 white sugar in this gives it a slightly more kind of a refined sweet taste, I guess.
Yeah, and a little tanginess. I think
a little tart tanginess and having like some pumpkin seasoning or caramel type sugar-free flavors. Oh my gosh, this is so delicious. I'm very, very excited about this cheesecake.
If you want to cut the tartness down, add a tablespoon of lemon juice, which you didn't see us add, but you can add a little bit of lemon juice.
Yeah,
okay.
Sometimes a little splash of lemon juice if it is too tart for you, but I will take it.
Yeah, usually we don't add that. But,
yeah, I will take it either way. I absolutely love it. Michael makes this for me all the time, and it's his love language as my favorite thing that we make. So I hope if you are on your carnivore journey and you're having a bit of a sweet tooth and a craving, that this will help knock it out, because it surely does for me. It really will elevate your lifestyle to get used to sugar alternatives and being, your palate getting accustomed to things like this. I truly believe it will help you with your carnivore journey.
It takes a little bit, you need to have it more than once. The first time I had it, not being a fan of cheesecake necessarily, it almost was on the tip side of savory for me, but that's also because I didn't have my recipe down yet. So you're going to have to play with it a little bit. But we think what we showed you today is going to be the best, the easiest, and hopefully...
We've been sticking with this recipe just like this for close to a year, probably.
Yeah,
and we love
that's
it.
true.
Anyway, guys, hope you're having a good carnivore month. Wish you the best, and we will see you tomorrow in another World Carnivore Month Day video.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.